today I want to show you how to make this large pearl necklace using the cup and peg method. There's no welding or soldering needed, and it's beautiful. So because it is actually a full bead pearl that's drilled through, this method could work with any bead that you have. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to make a necklace similar to this if you want it long, at a different length, and it's not a pre-made length, and you want to weld a fine chain. You can certainly wire wrap, you don't need to weld, but as a bonus, I'm going to show you how to customize and make the exact length that you want, be it for layering or that if you're chestier, or if you want longer, layered with something else. There are many possibilities, and I hope you will find this video helpful. So I had shown you how to use the peg and cup bail to glue onto these half-drilled pearls, these 3mm. And actually, I really love this big one, and it's been on my desk for a long time, so it's meant to be. The only thing is, it's a bead. It's been drilled through, but I want to make it a pendant with this bail. And what you can do, you can leave it as such because you're not really going to look that way, but I want it to look finished. So what you can do is you can use a ball pen, and the finished product will be like this. You can also use a little bead cap, but I think I like it like that without too much emphasis at the bottom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use, just for the quickness, I'm going to use a bit of crazy glue. And I've tried it. This 26 gauge pin works. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it, so I don't like getting my fingers all sticky with crazy glue, which I used to do quite often as a kid. And if you ever get stuck, do not pull your finger away quickly because you lose skin. And I've had bleeding fingers before when I was little. So that is the end, and I've got that done. It'll set in a couple of seconds, but I'm gonna do this while I take a new one. And this fits perfectly. I've already tried it, and I really like the size. It works with the curvature of the pearl very well. 1, 2. Not sure if you can see it. All I have to do is put it on, pinch down. And while you're doing this, know that likelihood you're going to put a jump ring here unless you're threading it, that it's facing the right way. This area here is the part that is going to face out, and I know this guy has an imperfection. It's at the back. By the way, something on crazy glue. If it is a case that you've made an error, was smudged, foggy, the best way to remove it is using acetone, which is in the old nail polish removers. So, but you can get pure acetone from silversmithing supply stores. So there is my finished product. I'm gonna try to put on a necklace for everyone to see. So this is the finished pendant with the cup and peg. It's fits perfectly for something this size. And I've glued both that, and I didn't have to mold the edges. You see, there's no gap. And then I used a ball pin, and it's at the bottom. So this is finished. All I have to do now is to add a jump ring onto it and onto a chain. If it is the case that you might be switching chains back and forth, you want your jump ring to be fairly large in diameter so that a chain can go through. But if you are not, what you can do is just use a small jump ring like this and add it directly to the chain before closing. if it is the case that your pearl has a good side and a bad side, you want the good side facing out. And if you are right-handed, what you do is you want the clasp on the left-hand side like this, because you're going to be looking at it this way, and the good side of the pearl facing you like this, so that when you actually close it and put it on and you're right-handed, it will work perfectly. So for instance, now the clasp is facing that side. However, if when you're about to wear it, you're right-handed, the nice side is facing out. That's just a little trick. So there you have that. If it is the case that you are going to weld, you can use a smaller jump ring, a thinner gauge jump ring. But if you're not, this is 22 gauge, gold filled, and it's hardened. So that works well. If I would not recommend 24 or 26 gauge because it's too thin and it could come out. But at 22 for gold filled, it would work well. With sterling silver, which is a little bit softer than gold filled, I would say you want to go at least 20 gauge. There you go. So say, for example, we are trying to make a bespoke necklace. A customer wants this to be an odd length. So here, 23 inches, 59 centimeters long, a specific spot. I'm going to make this for you to see. So we have this, and she wants a clasp. So I'm going to show you how to weld a bespoke necklace. So on one end, we want the jump ring where the clasp is going to go, like this. The clasp is going to lock onto, and then on the other end, you can use a jump ring to attach the clasp. But in this case, I have a clasp that you can open up, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So first, I'm going to do this end, like such. Let's see if I'm focused. All right, so I'm going to close it tightly with 2 pairs of pliers and make sure I hear little snaps so that it is both sides are touching, using the ground like this. Okay, and then, okay, that is good. I can see that it's good. Well, you can see the melted metal. Okay, so that's one end. And for this, because your ring is going to be too big in this to go through, we want to loop through into this first before. The other thing is, since this is going to be the clasp on this side, I want the good side to be facing downward like this, so that if I'm right-handed, okay? So I'm going to do this. Since I'm right-handed, on the good side facing downward, so that it will be like this. You can't see it, but actually there is on the side, it's like this. On the side, right here, is a cut. So that if you want to go without a jump ring, you open it up like this. And then you loop. Like this. Then you want to close it. Make sure it's touching. Like this. And then we are going to, well, good. I'll show you. There's a bit of fire scale, quite a bit, but I'm going to remove it. Fiberglass brush. And now you have a necklace that is not going to come out. It's fine, as in it's dainty, it's beautiful, you don't have a large clasp with large jump rings, and it's perfect. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm a wholesaler of premium quality stones and findings and chains. Everything you see in this video, I wholesale. And for the cup and peg, in this video is gold filled, but I also carry it in sterling silver and 14 karat solid gold. Likewise, I have a plethora of chains and different metals. I'm going to leave some more information below about our company.